OK, Tony, looking back at the Bradford game first, it must have been a very pleasing result.
Yeah, much more pleasing performance than result. I think the players played really well. They did, in both offence and defence, and they were very committed, and they did a lot of the little things well this week, and it probably reflected in the result or the scoreline. But more pleased about the way, the manner in which they went about it.
Quite a few records were broken in that game, probably too many to mention, including the highest number of points scored by the club.
Oh, okay. I'm not into the statistic in that sort of respect. We do a lot of stats on ourselves, and where we were for that game. The pleasing stat for mine was we had 7 missed tackles for the game. For a team, that's pretty remarkable effort. If you can get into single figures. So, that was the stat that I was most impressed by.
How frustrating was it at the end that you didn't keep a clean sheet?
Oh no, I wasn't too frustrated about that. We took some risks within the game, and we'll always will, and my players will be encouraged to do so, and occasionally that's going to go awry, and so I'm not. Their commitment was shown, well and truly by that stage, and for them to grab an intercept try, speaks a little bit about how our defence was and how switched on it was and how effective it was. So no, I'm not. Certainly wasn't kicking the cat or the dog about that one.
Has Bridgie had any stick from his teammates about slipping that loose pass out at the end?
Don't think so. Maybe in jest they may have. That happens. We take some risks as a team, and sometimes it's, those sort of things go a little bit off. But more often than not, they didn't on the weekend. So we'll happy to encourage our players to continue on that way.
Following that game, Mickey Higham picked up a 2-match ban and a fine. What are your thoughts on that incident?
Yeah, it was a dangerous tackle, and that wasn't necessary, and he needs to change his methods. And it's probably because he's been there so recently on a similar charge. I'd say that it's the reason why he's been dealt with quite severely, compared to some other incidents that we see from time to time. But that's. I've had plenty to say about what I feel about some of those things. I don't think Mickey's was intentional. I don't think it was a bit. He needs to change his methods because it is dangerous. But there certainly wasn't any intention to hurt or maim anybody. And I'm not sure that can be said about every sort of tackle that's been made at the moment.
Were there any injury problems after the game?
No, not too bad. We're in pretty good shape. We should be okay come next game. We come through with a pretty clean bill of health.
Now you've got the rarity of a weekend off. What will the players be doing?
Yeah, various things. It's something that we're not used to. Certainly in the time that I've been here, I can't remember ever having a free weekend. It's we would have liked otherwise, but in some ways it's a welcome break in some respects for everybody. It's a long, intense season, so they're looking forward to enjoying that in their various ways. And some will sit back and take it easy, and some will certainly catch up with some people that they haven't seen for a while or are unable to socialise with in regular season. So. It'll be a mixture of how they spend their time.
And obviously it will give some players a chance to get over bumps and bruises. Yeah,
they've always got those. That's part and parcel. But it gives people a chance to shake off those bumps and bruises a little bit more.
What's the latest update on Adrian Morley and his injury, and Lee Briers and his?
Yeah, Lee's not far off. Hopefully he might be available for next game. Hopefully Sol might be as well, Solomona. And Adrian, I'm doubtful. It's a slow process, and it could well be saying that for a number of weeks yet. So happy for the question to keep being asked, and happy to keep giving the same answer. We're not going to rush Mozza until everything's cleared up and symptom free, and we're not going to take any risks with Moz.
Now I've noticed you've done a few training initiatives with a bit of difference recently, one going into Risley Prison and training in there, and also with the local football team Warrington Town. What can you tell us about those?
Yeah, great experiences on both accounts. To train with a fellow sporting team is always a great exercise. The lads love that, doing that, no matter what the level, and it keeps our boys grounded as well. When they're seeing some guys turn up who aren't full-time professionals, and they're just as committed to their sport as what we are in a lot of regards, and they go off to work and then have to turn up to train, and I think it gives our guys an appreciation of what sport's about and being professional, and so that was good. And the prison visit was extraordinary. Not many people get a chance to go into those sort of environments and see what the situation is, and sometimes to gain experience in that sort of gives you a reminder of how lucky we are as well, and how fortunate we are in our lives. And some people who have made some mistakes and some poor decisions, and it's just a reminder to our guys to more often they can make smart decisions, the better, and sometimes there's big consequences for not making the best decisions, and but we got a whole lot out of it, and I think it was a good exercise. Both those exercises were really good for us.
Who will you be cheering on in the Challenge Cup semi-final between Wigan and Saints?
Who's playing? I'm not involved in supporting one or the other in terms of teams. We try to do our best as a team and as a club, and that's the team that I like to watch and support, and after that the rest can please themselves.
But will it be a slight advantage to Warrington if we're going to distracted by staying in the Challenge Cup?
Not bothered about either one. Who's distracted doing what. All we're going to do is try and take care of our own backyard and be as prepared for whoever we play on every occasion. So it makes very little difference to us as to who's involved in what other games. It's about us preparing to be the best that we can be, and if we do that, we'll be okay, and we'll be happy with our own performance.
Okay, Tony, thank you for your time as always.
Thanks, mate.